How many of you are war movie fans? Do any of you love playing Call of Duty or get that awesome adrenaline rush when you get your first kill after waiting in line for hours to get your copy of Black Ops? I do. So when I came across this trailer at the beginning of last week, I had no idea that I would end up feeling so strongly about it, and ultimately this assignment has had a huge effect on me. American Sniper is a soon-to-be-released film starring Bradley Cooper as Chris Kyle, the most lethal sniper in U.S. history. The trailer was released 2 weeks ago today and hits theaters December 25th, 2014 on Christmas Day. Here's a clip.
I got a military-age male on a cell phone watching the convoy over.
If you think he's reporting troop movement, you have a green light. Your call, over.
Maybe he's just calling his old lady.
He stepped off. Hold on, I got a woman and a kid 200 yards out, moving towards the convoy. Her arms aren't swinging, she's carrying something. Yeah, she's got a grenade, she's got an RKG Russian grenade. She's saying to the kid.
You say a woman and a kid?
You got eyes on this? Can you confirm?
Negative. Your call.
They fry you if you're wrong.
How badass would this movie look? I was enchanted the first time that I saw it. In fact, this is the primary purpose why I chose it. It was all fun and games until I was the one holding the rifle, until I was the one holding the gun. I don't even know what it's called because I've never been in this decision, and I've never been made to make a decision whether to shoot a mother and a child holding a grenade. The gun clicks within the first seconds of the trailer. Excitement and suspense is initiated. A female soldier breaks down the door, even more epic. American feminism. How could I not want to see this movie? I was practically jumping out of my seat with curiosity. But for some reason, the decision that Chris Kyle is faced with is unbelievably hard to imagine myself in, and even more impossible to contemplate because personally I've never held a sniper rifle or had to make this decision. What would you do? If there was, are, maybe more than one, a God, would he or she want you to sacrifice a life for a life? The Bible does state in its 10 commandments, thou shalt not murder. Is this justifiable? How can you have a war on religion when you have perverted and imposed your own God on others and still knowingly breaking the very rule you're fighting for? Would I shoot that child? The question hovered over me for days. Through various ethical, moral, political, and philosophical issues I found in the trailer, I'm led to question all promotions of war. I actually spent the last few days gathering examples of war documentaries and docudramas and accurately portraying the way that war is. For example, Saving Private Ryan. Another example, a documentary called Dirty Wars. Another, Welcome to Sarajevo. All of these are graphic, heart-wrenching truths about the war going on in Iraq that made me stop and realize that I need to make a difference. I'm standing in front of you now as a feeble student taking this class, and I know I can't just sit back and watch. Countries kill their way to victory. War needs to be a last resort, I believe. People have lost sight of that through celebritizing and glorifying war. we have a celebrating day, Veterans Day. Now, I'm not anti-American or anything. I'm just merely pointing out that this can be taken from a reverse side, a Muslim perspective. Us Americans are rooting, honoring, and praising our soldiers, but that can be reversed. Like Roger Fenton, the first war photographer of 1855, movies and media portrayed a positive impression of war. But in this specific trailer, there is a side that is a parallel. And what about Chris Kyle, the main star of this show? Is it ethically right to make a profit about killing or about his success? Success being killing people, 160 confirmed people. He's referred to as a legend. In online magazine D Magazine, Making Dallas Better, Kyle claimed that he wanted outsiders to know exactly what kind of evil the troops had to deal with. He was outspoken on a lot of issues. He believed strongly in the Second Amendment, politely decreeing the incredible stupidity of gun control laws. Once, Facebook fans noted, "If you don't like what I have to say or post, you forgot one thing. I don't give a shit what you think. LOL." In an interview with Kyle with Time Magazine, he poses a troublesome question.
Special operations guys to talk about your stuff?
Yes, it is kind of frowned upon.
So why did you decide to do the book?
I wanted to be able to get it out about not the sacrifices that the military members make, but the sacrifices that their families have to go through, about the single mothers now raising their children and doing all the day-to-day house chores, but then also stories about my guys who deserve to be out there. They didn't get the Medal of Honor, so you don't know about them, but they died heroes, and people should know about them.
I believe that number is 160 is the sort of number of confirmed sniper kills. Can you tell me explain what it is to have a confirmed sniper kill?
Well, while you're on your sniper rifle, you take a shot and the guy goes down, and you have to have witnesses verify that he is dead.
And does it get recorded as part of the battle damage assessment, or?
Every time we'd come back, we'd have to fill out an assessment of what happened throughout the day, the time, the place, the caliber used, the distance he was, what exactly he was doing, where he was standing, what he was wearing. It's all into detail.
So, and there's that somewhere, we can't get them out of the Navy, but somewhere there's 160 of those forms with your name on them.
Yes, ma'am.
What goes through your mind when you're shooting a guy? It's usually a guy.
The first time of killing someone, you're not even sure you can do it. I mean, you think you can, but you never know until you actually put in that position and you do it. And then you double thinking yourself, like, can I really do this? And am I going to be okay? And then you're asking your leadership, am I cleared hot to be able to do this? Am I going to be in trouble? You know, this guy's really bad. And then you're worried when you get home, are the politicians going to hang you out to dry and put you on trial for murder?
The first kill that you write about in the book, you actually kill a woman, and she has in one hand the hand of her toddler, and in the other hand she has a grenade. Was that the hardest of the kills you had to do?
I had to do it to protect the Marines, so do you want to lose your own guys, or would you rather take one of them out?
The good versus the right. What makes the child in this clip bad? What makes the child in America good? In a sense, is there a responsibility to others? In this case, is the other being a woman and child in the Muslim community, or is the other being a woman and child in a suicide bombing? Would it be different if they were going to surrender? This movie is sensationalizing the most lethal sniper in U.S. history. Clint Eastwood has transformed life and death into a game, and war into entertainment. Of course, this is nothing new, as Susan Sontag has pointed out in regarding the pain of others. She emphasizes the effect that portraying war through motion pictures and photography can have, both good and bad. Sontag puts it rather precisely. Gruesome invites us, the viewer, to be either speculators or cowards. A very disturbing fact about the human condition: the human race is naturally violent. Power will always be fought over unless people see and realize the damage that war is causing. Defining justice and injustice? Is it just to take a life for a life? Are we viewing American religion and cultures to be more justified in death than Muslim religion? This obviously leads to a conflict of religion and the obvious disagreement about the norms in Muslim religion. This war in producing moral decay? Is human progress equivalent to me getting on a plane and going to Baghdad to reveal truth on both sides? To me, yes. There's a conflict of identity in the Muslim community in America, living in the hyphen life, like African American, Native American, and now Muslim American. How about the Holocaust? Sound familiar? There are movies that depict truth and the real events that go into war. However, if taken in the wrong context, the movie can encourage and instigate terrorist attacks and even terrorism. Evacuation is collaboration, is what American troops are told when children are left at orphanages. Children not being evacuated from war zones just because they are related to or have association with the Muslim race. It's only effective because it's evoking sympathy through children. This act of violence is only effective through sympathy and through children to get the attention of all of the public. It's not okay, but you have to settle. Officer Dawn last night on mid-season premiere in Walking Dead said, "Do you have to settle?" I don't want to, and it is crazy to want to document the truth and go into war zones, but I think it is worth my life. I believe it is. I would rather die trying to expose the truth than stand here and stand for the war that is going on.